Hi everybody, Anna K. Morris here with actually a quick coaching video today. So this has shown up a lot lately. One friend sent this to me and a few other people have said this, and it's just like something that keeps popping up, which tells me I should shoot a coaching video about it. And here's the phrase. I just figured no news is good news. And that's just never true. Like, I'm going so far as to say, like, it's never the case. And yet we let ourselves off the hook from checking in with a friend or a family member or whatever the situation. And we say this bullshit thing called, I just figured no news is good news. I'm like, that's such a bunch of crap that we say so that we don't take responsibility for, like, I just was too busy to check in on you. So there's nothing wrong with not checking in with somebody. But then when you say, I just figured no news is good news, I want to give you a few examples of how inaccurate that is. My mom didn't hear from a friend. She has this really close friend, and he had fallen and was on his floor. I don't know where in the house, but on the floor for 5 days. So the no news wasn't good news. I was on a podcast not long ago and I was like, I haven't heard from that interviewer. I wonder when that's going to come out or what's going on with that. So I reached out to her. She has cancer. That's why I didn't hear from her. So I just want to land this for you, because it really is going to be a quick coaching video today. When you're having a hard time, when you are, whether you're upset or depressed or sad or pissed off or whatever the not good feeling is, do you reach out to people? Because I coach people as my career, and I never have people reach out when they're in the dumps, right? When I do my group coaching program, the Reconnect, it's 12 weeks because I need people to quit. I need people to quit a few times, preferably. And it's always class number 7 through 10 is always the least attended Zoom calls, right? Because people are just oh, I just got really busy. And I'm like, no, you just didn't like something that you saw for yourself, right? And that's that whole, we hide out when it's bad news. So the no news is good news. It's just this cop-out thing that we do as a society, and it's just a bunch of crap. So if you are thinking about somebody that you haven't heard from in a long time, please do not assume that they are doing well. Please do not say to them, oh, I just figured no news is good news. Just, if you want to know how they're doing, reach out to them and then say, I'm really sorry I haven't reached out to you sooner. I've been really busy. It just wasn't I just wasn't available to reach out at the time. I know I was having a really hard time with the kids going back to school. My birthday is tomorrow. I get all kinds of weird around my birthday, even though I don't think I have an age thing, then sometimes I do. And Derek is so great. He's always I just love that I'm never bored with you, because it's a freaking emotional roller coaster over here, which makes me so grateful that I have boys. And I'm the only female in this house, including the dogs. It's all boys. And that really is by design. That works really well for me, because there's just way too many of the emotions. And I'm over here feel your feelings, feel your feelings. And Derek is you got a lot of feelings that you're feeling. So my point is, when I was having a hard time last week, I didn't reach out to anybody. I wasn't reaching out saying I think I'm sad that my kids are going back to school, but I'm confused because I also really want them to go back to school, but I'm also now in this house by myself, and it's weird. And when I don't want to show up for the things that I know I need to show up for, what am I going to blame them on? Because the kids aren't here anymore. That was the big one. I was Derek, when I'm avoiding something, what am I going to blame it on now? He was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's real easy for me to like use the kids as my cop out. And I said, and now that they're gone, what am I going to use to blame things on? And he was like, ooh, yeah, that's good. Because we all do that, right? Like we have like a go-to thing. We always do. Some people are just like so busy all the time. Other people get sick all the time. Other people blame it on their kids, you know, like I'm going off on a tangent. I need to wrap this up. But my point is, no news is not good news. You might have a friend like my mom did on the kitchen floor for 5 days. You might have somebody that's been diagnosed with something that you don't know about. So just own it and make the call. If you really love somebody and you haven't heard from them in a while, don't assume that they're doing well. Take a little bit of time and reach out to them, right? And let's just stop saying this phrase, no news is good news, because it's usually not. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all hide out when it's not so great, okay? So there's nothing wrong. And I will say, the way to get yourself out of a slump is to reach out. So maybe that'll start to shift as well. Okay, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.